when we decided to do David's costume, originally the idea was that the suit would be worn mainly with layers. So mainly it was going to be worn with t-shirts and shirts over the top, and really the tie didn't even come into play until the final fitting, when we were messing around with different shirt combinations at the fittings, and we suddenly said, oh, why don't we just try a tie on and see what it would look like. And David put one on and said, actually, you know, this is quite a good idea. We quite like the look of the tie, and decided that maybe it would be good to have the tie in some episodes and not others, and that, you know, it was another way of chopping and changing the combinations. So actually the original tie that was used was actually a vintage tie that we just happened to have around, and we used that for that first sequence when you see the Doctor for the first time dressed in his costume. Mainly because when we started filming, it was the Christmas invasion, and he didn't actually wear the suit until that final scene, and I was still obviously working on the episodes, and we only ever had one of that tie because it was a vintage one, and because it was such a late afterthought in terms of us doing our final fitting and actually getting on camera. So obviously normally after that I would try and buy at least 4 or 5 ties, because you need that many, but in that first ties case it really was a one-off.